Happy New Year, Greg.
Happy New Year, mate.
Happy new podcast. It's not really a new podcast, but...
New podcast. Yeah, it's not really a new one, but it's a new way of doing it. I feel like we're in a different space, as people on YouTube will be able to see. People who are listening, for the benefit of your ears, we are basically in our office.
Yeah.
And we've made a little makeshift studio at the back of the office. We've got some nice framed photos of years gone by on the wall behind us.
Yeah.
In some vintage frames we got from charity shops.
Yeah. Some stickers that we've collected along the way. My favourite one is the one someone gave me in Hamburg. That says, Sitz, Pisser, Gegen,
Recht.
Which is, what does it mean? You've been doing German lessons.
Sitz, Pisser. So it means like...
People who sit down to piss.
People who sit down to piss against the right.
Yeah.
Kind of like smashing the right, as in right-wing people.
So all those sit-down pissers.
Yeah.
Basically anti-Nazis.
Yeah, which is...
It's quite good, isn't it?
I didn't know there was a crossover there.
Yeah, well...
people who sit down and piss and people who are opposed to fascism.
I treat myself every morning, I do, so, you know.
Do you?
Yeah. Sometimes in the evenings, depends on.
And do you like fascism?
Oh, God, no.
No. Good,
God, no.
Good,
so
good.
It checks out.
It checks out. It's accurate.
That's maybe why he gave it to me. He said that guy sits down to piss.
He obviously knew somehow, which
exactly
is unsettling.
Yeah. I mean, it's also a new dawn for Alternative Wales in a way, you know, as we continue our quest for Welsh media domination. And part of it is to do a weekly concourse. Obviously, we've done plenty of weekly podcasts in the past, but... With time constraints and life getting in the way, unfortunately, the other boys can't commit every week. So we're stuck with me and you, really, aren't they? The people are stuck with us too. Yeah. Plus, we'd like that we're going to get third parties involved down the line.
Yeah, menage a trois. Yeah, Alternative Wales style.
Yeah,
we will be bringing in guests as and when, but basically, just from a kind of pragmatic point of view. Me and Ryan, we're together every day. We work together in this very room. So
for better or for worse.
For better or for worse. So
sickness and in health.
I'm not sure what we're going to have to say to each other by the time we get around to recording the pod every week.
Yeah.
But yeah, all it needs is 2 microphones and a camera, innit, basically, and we're away. So yeah, I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. New weekly pod. Yeah. Obviously, alongside the launch of the Alternative Wales Social Club.
Yeah.
Which... if you're a member of, you'll get extra podcast content. So we're obviously going to be...
If you're listening now on Patreon, you will have an extra 15, 20 minutes of chat at the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
That no one else will.
Yes.
And that's one of the many perks that you can get on the Alternative Wales Social Club.
Yeah. And then we're going to be... so hopefully you'll want to hear 20 more minutes of this by the end. We're also going to be doing other formats and things like that. We've got loads of ideas. So... this is just going to be the weekly thing where we kind of Welsh football's at the centre of it, but we'll probably stray off a little bit. There's going to be some fun features, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, should we play Franz Ferdinand Bingo?
What's that?
Which is, you shout bingo every time Franz Ferdinand's mentioned. He gets mentioned on pretty much every pod at the moment.
Yeah, well, he's been mentioned twice already, so that's good. And we're in the first week of chat.
Just every time he's mentioned, just shout if you're listening.
Yeah, good, nice. Yeah. Okay.
Right, we're going to start with our first feature, Greg. A feature that we haven't got a jingle for just yet, but we will have a jingle. Maybe by the time people are listening. So here's the jingle if we've done one. And if not, then this is The Good, the Bad and the Cymru.
Yeah. The Good, the Bad and the Cymru is basically our way of keeping up with Welsh football news week to week, and we will each nominate a good and a bad.
Yeah.
And it could be, well, you'll see what it is now. We'll give you examples.
God, yeah, we will. So, Greg, do you want to start us off with your good, or do you want to start us off with bad and then we'll build up to the good? What do you want to do?
We often, for some reason, start with good and end with bad.
Yeah.
Which means that we end on quite a bad note. Which I quite like, actually.
Might change the habit of a lifetime.
No, I think we should carry on by
start off
that.
Everything with the best intentions and end on a sour note.
Yeah, like always. It'll end up degenerating.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with... I think we should start with good.
Okay.
And I think you should start.
Well, crowds in the Cymru Prem are up year on year. 17% increase this season, this calendar year, 2025, compared to 2024. 91,000 people went to watch a Cymru Prem game. Well, 91,000... individuals, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Compared to, I think it was about 74,000 last year. It's the most since 1997, which was a 21-team league then. So obviously we're a 12-team league now. So, I mean, it just... At the end of the day, I mean, like, we it's more of an international focus podcast, this. But, you know, there's no secret that I'm a huge fan of the Cymru Premier. and Penabont in particular, of course. But like, I think it shows that without the Cymru Premier and without the grassroots game and the pyramid below it, there is no Wales national team. And I think the success of the Cymru Premier means that better players are coming through the system, bigger crowds, that football culture. We can't have the international team week on week, and people will follow their EFL clubs, some people follow clubs across the border. But it's another way of football culture in Wales is thriving, and clearly we're doing something is happening. And I think there's a bit of a groundswell of support, and slowly but surely, 17% year on year is pretty good going. And I think it's just a positive, and it's brilliant to see. And I hope next year it goes up again, gets over the 100,000 mark, and obviously 16 teams next year. So yeah, I think it's just an exciting time for the domestic game in Wales, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the year brings. In the Cymru Premier, we might have a title race on our hands. Connors Kia on fire. You've got a good race for Europe, and the top 6 obviously is coming up. And yeah, I love it. And it's nice to see that other people are enjoying it as well.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I think I'm definitely a good example of one of those people who, if I'm being totally honest, throughout my life, haven't really paid that much attention to it. I'm vaguely aware.
Tenby United have never made it, see, have they?
Unfortunately not. And obviously my local Cymru Prem team would have been Haverfordwest County. But they also have like a club side that plays at least junior football. So it wasn't as if I was like, I don't want to support Haverfordwest County because I support Tenby, because I play for Tenby. It was just sort of not something that anyone did. It wasn't like my mates or there was any encouragement really to like, let's go and watch Haverfordwest County play on a Saturday. It just wasn't something that we did. I was obviously vaguely aware, like obviously there would be like TNS or whoever would be in Europe. I can remember when TNS played Liverpool in the Champions League qualifying rounds. But yeah, I'm definitely someone who's a convert, like from probably hanging around with you too much, and you just
osmosis
about it, osmosis. But I think it's important that I now know what's going on, and that's the difference. Because before that, like I said, it's not really covered much in the media in Wales or outside, obviously. So I just wouldn't really know about it. Whereas, like with anything, I now know the sort of the plot lines, like
the narratives,
and the race for Europe as well. And obviously, it's unfortunate that the title race seems to be a bit of a given every year, pretty much.
Yeah,
but there's enough going on, and this bit isn't sponsored by the Cymru Premier.
It isn't.
We should clarify.
We should clarify.
We are just talking about this because we like it. Yeah. I now will go out of my way to put it on the telly when it's on. It's on Sgorio.
There's a game most weeks.
So,
there's a live game. Yeah,
there's a live game, and the coverage is really good. And yeah, I think the European playoffs and things like that are really interesting as well, and that they really feel important because
they're going to be really excited this year
because that money they get from UEFA is like make or break.
It is. It really is. Yeah,
it's great. Yeah, and then well, better than most. So yeah, being around that, and obviously we have covered it for work as well, and just seeing that kind of that passion for football. And it's not grassroots, this is the highest level of domestic football in Wales. So is that right to say?
Yeah, it is the highest level of domestic. It's our national league.
Yeah,
it's our English Premier League.
Yeah,
and and obviously we're in a very unique position where a lot of our, the biggest clubs in Wales play across the border.
Yeah,
and not many other countries have that. But at the end of the day, it's our national league, and without it, Wales national team wouldn't exist.
Yeah,
that's why it was started in the 90s because there was pressure on Wales to have its own national league. When pressure was on the 4 nations of the United Kingdom to be one club or one country, and play internationally, and it allows us to be an independent football nation. So it's important from that respect, and obviously a lot of
I've never thought of it like that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
That was a huge part of why it was formed. So without it, we wouldn't. I think there's only one league, one country in Europe doesn't have its own national league.
What, as in like any country at all? Like San Marino has
San Marino has a national league that qualifies into Europe. Liechtenstein, yeah. FC Vaduz. Well, they have the only way you can qualify for Europe is by winning the Liechtenstein Cup.
Right.
FC Vaduz win it every year.
Who is there anyone else in it?
There is, but FC Vaduz play in the Swiss leagues.
Ah, okay.
So I don't know if they're semi-professional. It's besides the point. It's just a little interesting tidbit for the people at home there.
Yeah. No, I think that is very interesting. But yeah, so that's why the Cymru Premier has value. Yeah. So I agree. It's great to see crowds go up.
And it's good to see crowds go up because it means, like I said, and it's all well and good people go to watch Cardiff, Swansea, Wrexham, Newport, Merthyr, but like these are clubs that are in really, different parts of Wales as well. So you got like Carnarvon, who are obviously that northwest. You got Bala, right in the middle of of that sort of that northern Gwynedd region, and then you've got like the Flintshire clubs, and you've got Haverfordwest who are offering, because people think like, oh, Haverfordwest, you may as well go and watch Swansea. It's still like an hour and a half from Swansea to get to Haverfordwest. It's a long way, it's isolated, so it's offering good football for people in different parts of Wales. Long may it continue.
Yeah, and reconnecting with what you would call proper football.
It
doesn't feel in any way like, top level club football feels, for better and for worse, you could say.
100%. I stood on a terrace, a cracking terrace in Steban Heath in Llanelli on New Year's Day watching Penabont, and it rained icy rain, and I had full snood up, hat on, hood up, and I felt alive, Greg.
That sounds terrible.
It was great. I loved it. So, yeah, if that's anything to go by, go and watch football at Steban Heath.
Good.
Do you want my bad now, or before we do your good?
I'll do my
you want to
good.
do your good?
Yeah, I'll do my good. So what I think is good in Cymru recently is the fact that we're having Welsh players scoring goals. So we've got, obviously, Harry Wilson has been in serious form. The best, we've kind of covered this already on the pod, but probably the best form of his career.
Yeah.
Scored again against Liverpool. Lovely finish.
His old club as well, which is nice.
Against his old club, bottom corner, lovely finish.
Almost scored a second, I believe. Didn't he hit the bar with a chip, I think someone said on the WhatsApp group?
Yeah, I think that he's just, his all-round game is just improving all the time.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot how good Harry Wilson is already. But he scored again, which is great. Ben Davies. The fact that he was playing is a great positive.
It could have been a good in itself, yeah.
But the fact that he scored, that's a bit of a collector's item.
It is.
That is also great news. Kiefer Moore, Nathan Broadhead have been in decent form as well.
Jordan James still scoring for Leicester regularly.
Jordan James is scoring goals. So, having Welsh players in form is always good. I think if they, in an ideal world, they will be hitting their form around Feb, March time. We want them to be, hitting their stride as they come into Wales camp. But it's always good to see Welsh players playing well. So
and I guess as an extension of that, obviously we're in the January transfer window now. And our first Welsh player is on the move, or has officially moved. Brennan Johnson has gone to.
Well, he's already played
Crystal
for Palace.
Yeah, he played for Palace yesterday. I think they lost to Newcastle, didn't they? They're having a bit of a tough time at the moment. But I think, all in all, a pretty positive move.
I think so. I think that it feels like it suits him a bit more. I think there's less pressure than a club like Spurs. Obviously, from outside looking in, it kind of feels at Spurs like similar to West Ham in a way that nothing.
Rotten, isn't it?
It never feels like there's a positive vibe around the club. It's like, I don't want to say nothing's ever good enough, because that's clearly not true. Like, they were obviously unhappy to finish 17th, and rightly so. They also won the Europa League, and it wasn't good enough for the manager to keep his job. And
he's been out of favour with Frank.
Yeah,
he's probably not long for this world anyway.
No, exactly. And I also think from a footballing point of view, playing in a team like Palace, who are a bit more counter-attacking, there's a bit more space for him. I think that suits his game. Yeah,
he played in they played 2 10s, don't they, behind Mateta, and he played in that role yesterday. I don't really watch enough of Palace in the Premier League to know exactly what that means, but I think it might be quite a similar position that Bellamy likes to use, like 2 10s.
Yeah.
So that might be something that's interesting to keep an eye on, but hopefully he'll play regularly, start getting some goals, and sort of find that spark that we know he's got in him, that we saw against Macedonia, but we maybe haven't seen for long periods of his Wales career. So
definitely.
Yeah, big positive. Right, my negative is Joe Rodon's injured. Far from ideal.
Bugger.
Albeit, I think it was like an ankle roll, maybe some ligament damage. 3 weeker, Daniel Farker said, which should mean he's going to be fine to get games ahead of the playoffs in March. But I think I was quite gutted for him personally, because did you know before this he hadn't missed a single league game for 2 years?
No, I didn't know that.
He'd played, I think it was 107 consecutive games for Leeds in the league. And I think he was about 7 off the all-time record for consecutive games.
Oh, wow.
And then he's done his ankle, and now he's missing 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And he's been playing really well. Leeds have really kicked into gear. I know you mentioned Ampadu had a really good game against Liverpool the other day you'd watched.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, just I was really gutted for him when I saw this. But hopefully it's nothing too serious. But he's got to be hurt if it keeps him out. That man is an absolute giant.
Yeah, true. I think 3 weeks is better than 3 months. And
objectively, Greg.
Objectively.
Hot take.
Controversial opinion. I would like him to be fit for the playoff. And I think as well, going into that, we wanted, I think, Rodon with... people have said Lawler. I mean, we're way out. We're way out. There's a lot of football to be played. But yeah, we want Rodon fit for this playoffs.
We do.
Obviously.
We absolutely do. Give me a bad then, Greg. Let's finish on a lovely sour note.
Well, this is a little bit off-piste. But you may or may not have seen that the US have kidnapped Maduro from Venezuela.
Yeah.
And geopolitical... Charlie behind the
Producer,
camera laughing, head in hands.
Yeah.
Basically, from a geopolitical perspective, not ideal. We all know that. However, from a footballing perspective and a Welsh footballing perspective, we're going to, hopefully going to go to the World Cup in the US and Mexico and Canada. And we want things to be stable in the region.
We absolutely do.
And we've got form for going to places as football fans where the region isn't particularly stable.
No.
And it's not ideal. Obviously, we couldn't even travel when we played Belarus because they then played that in Russia. No, wait, that was because of COVID, wasn't it? That wasn't.
No, Belarus. There was a travel ban on Belarus because they kidnapped a journalist.
That's it.
That was before then Russia invaded Ukraine and then all of that. So it was played in Kazan, wasn't it? But then we couldn't travel to Kazan because of COVID.
Yes,
but they moved the game because of Belarus's dodgy. Like there was no flights. Yeah.
So yeah, obviously, and also the fact that Trump has kind of said, or there's been stuff about the last 5 years of social media activity is going to be looked at. Yeah. So that could put
5 years of podcasting?
5 years of podcast. Hopefully they don't listen to this because that will mean that we might not be able to enter the country. Yeah. That's fine. But yeah, not ideal. So I think that would be my bad.
Yes. I've sort of got to the point now with the World Cup. I think I said to you yesterday that it's almost a bit of a nice sort of, I'd love to go and I'd love to win. But there's still an element to me, like, if we lose...
to win the World Cup.
Oh, obviously, yeah, it goes without saying. But if we lose, that sort of, like, coming out of that ground, I can imagine me just turning to someone going, it was going to be a big hassle, wasn't it? Yeah. It was going to cost us a load of money, and we may not even get in the first place.
True. That's true. Yeah.
So
it wouldn't be like missing out on Germany was a genuine killer.
Yeah. There was no downside to missing out on Germany. No upside.
I was going to say
on missing out to Germany. Yeah. Whereas I think there would be an upside of missing out on this because it's just. I don't think we've seen the end of Donald Trump. I don't think this is his final act.
He's got more to come.
For
the winner of the FIFA Peace Prize.
Not very PC of him.
Is it? Not very PC. It's not very peaceful.
No.
And it's not very. Well, do you know what? Actually, it completely fits his brand, though.
It does. Yeah.
I wonder what Johnny Infantino is going to make it.
Johnny
Infantino.
Another fellow FIFA nation,
Yeah.
Bombed. But there we are.
Moving on,
indeed. What are we going to do next, Greg?
What we're going to do next? We are going to do the Jordan James mini game. So,
hello.
Basically, people might not know, but Jordan James, he loves a silly little game.
Well, he was a big fan of the Jordan James alliteration game.
Absolutely loved it.
He wrote in, didn't he, afterwards?
He did.
Said,
a handwritten letter, which was, a nice surprise.
It was really nice, nice to see someone from Gen Z sort of, adopting the ways of the boomers, essentially.
They love their analog, though, don't they? Yeah. Film camera.
Yeah, true.
Part of it, So, he's been writing in. He can't get enough of it, and he must have suggested about 10 games.
At least 10 games.
Just different formats. Yeah. And I didn't know that he had such a passion for it, but I'm not one to judge. I think it's great.
One of them was just squash.
Yeah.
He was like, just play squash.
Just play squash.
I was like, Jordan, we can't do that on the podcast.
Yeah.
And doesn't work.
Also, I'm surprised he suggested squash and not paddle.
Well, yeah.
He strikes me as a paddle guy.
Yeah, when it paddles all the rage, and he was like, bring it back.
Yeah.
I'm writing letters with my hand.
Yeah.
Let's play a boomer game like squash.
Yeah. Let's keep it alternative.
This
mainstream rubbish.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he suggested another game for us. So should we play the jingle first?
Play the jingle.
3, 2, 1.
Jordan James, he's done it again. He just cannot stop suggesting games.
System shut down.
Producer Charlie is the one who's been
correspondent.
And in the first Harry Potter, when all the letters are coming through the letterbox, they're trying to get hold of him, he's going to Hogwarts. So they're coming through every orifice, basically, of the house.
Of the
not
house,
a Harry, I should say. So that's kind of what producer Charlie...
And then one of them just screams at him.
Yeah, different film. But yeah.
Right,
yeah,
okay, sorry.
It would be...
Stop getting Potter wrong.
Come on, mate. Yeah, so
J.K. Rowling's a transphobe.
Pass it on.
Terrible woman.
Allegedly.
Oh, it's not allegedly.
Allegedly.
She's an awful person.
Brian, I do not want to get sued by J.K. Rowling.
Bring her on.
Charlie knows the made-up game. He's been receiving all the letters.
It's not a made-up game. I guess there's
the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room, Greg.
We saw, basically, when we looked at our stats for last year, that
Spotify Wrapped
that most of our listeners, the other podcast that most of our listeners listen to, is Ellis and John. And we also listen to Ellis and John, so there's probably not a coincidence. And you might hear some Ellis and Johnisms slipping into what we say, and that's normal because we consume it so much. So we may or may not have ripped made-up games off.
Yeah, but we're going to put a Welsh football spin on it.
We're going to put Welsh football spin on it. Also, it's not a new concept.
There's no original ideas anymore.
Playing games.
There's no original ideas anymore.
And Jordan doesn't know that. I doubt he. I don't think he listens to Alice
Jordan
and John.
doesn't listen to Alice and John. He's too young.
His heart's in the right place for this. He just wants us to make a good podcast.
Yeah.
So
just let the boys play in it.
Yeah, exactly. So Charlie is over in Jordan James Minigames Corner, and he is going to tell us what game Jordan has suggested for us this week.
I probably should have a mic.
Come over. Just come over. You should have had a mic.
I said this at the start.
Yeah. You might as well, yeah.
Come on, then. I should say that Charlie is a bit poorly as well, isn't he?
I don't want him that close to me.
Yeah.
I think I'm still in frame there. Yeah. I should have put him on. So I thought you might call it the game then. So Jordan loves Welsh football.
He does.
Jordan loves going on long drives to the countryside.
He does.
So Jordan's given a bunch of Welsh clubs, and you have to guess the distances between each ground.
Nice.
I'm going to read them out off camera.
Yeah.
You're both going to say them back to me. And then the closest wins a point, and it's the best out of 5.
I like it. Are we doing kilometres or miles, please, Charlie?
Miles, because we're not...
Yeah.
I say not woke Europeans.
I prefer the metric system, to be quite honest. But yeah, where did you run this morning? 9 kilometres? 9 kilometres with his bad chest.
What's that, 5.2 miles?
Right, he only likes miles when it suits
when
him.
it's this game specific.
Yeah. Okay, come on then, Charlie. What are the first 2, please?
So the first 2, and it's the shortest distance on Google, so repeat all of this.
Yeah, shortest distance on Google. Between
the Cardiff City Stadium.
The Cardiff City Stadium. And the racecourse in Wrexham.
And we're doing miles
by car. Not crow flies. Shortest route by car.
And you've just put it in on Google Maps.
Where would you do the borders? Yeah. Well, I like going up through middle of Wales, through like Llandryd and Dodwells, which is like the Welsh Famagusta, as I've said in the past.
It would normally, that's the fun way.
Yeah.
Or you go the boring way, which
Hereford,
is the motorway. Yeah, Hereford, or you go via like Birmingham.
Oh God, I wouldn't do that. Wouldn't even dream of doing that.
Sometimes it takes you that way.
God knows.
Anyway, mileage. Oh, I'm terrible at stuff like this.
I think I've got one in my head.
All right. How long have we got, Charlie?
I think we just go for it.
Well, I'm not ready.
Well, think about it then.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to go 172 miles.
Okay. I'm going to go 102 miles.
I think Greg's lowballed it big time there. What is it?
149 miles.
149 miles. Yes.
I was 47 miles off, and you were 21 miles.
Yeah, that's actually. I thought I'd be too low. But there we go. Well done, me.
1-0 to Ryan. What is this? Best of 3. Best of 5. Okay.
Ian Dim.
Next is
Penabont. The Dragon Bet Stadium. Best football ground on earth. To Aberystwyth Town. The Park Avenue.
So you're going on the M4 down to Carmarthen.
I would go Carmarthen and north, yeah. And then that journey from Carmarthen to Aberystwyth, possibly one of the worst drives in Wales. Great scenically.
Yeah.
But my word, it's the only time I ever get car sick.
Yeah.
Is on that stretch.
So many speed limit changes.
Yeah, me and Charlie did it once in the middle of the night after we'd driven from Cardiff to TNS to Aber home in one day. That was hard work, wasn't it, Charlie?
Nighttime.
And then I dropped Charlie off at Ponty and then got a speeding ticket on my way between Ponty and Cardiff on a road I drive every day. Because I wasn't paying attention because I was tired, Greg.
Subjectively funny.
Yeah. I'm going to go Penabont to Aber. 106 miles. I think I might have overshot my mark there, but I'm going 106. I'm sticking with it.
I'm going to go 84.
84 for Greg.
It's 89 miles.
Oh,
Come
Greg.
on, man.
Good, mate. Well done.
West is best.
What was it? 89 miles if you didn't hear, Charlie?
89 miles.
89
so I was
miles.
5 miles off.
Next time we do this podcast, we probably need to give him a mic.
We probably should.
I did say it at the start of the pod, but, there we go.
wrong.
Right, what's the next one, please, Charlie?
2 coastal towns.
2 coastal towns. Carnarvon. Ooh, now probably one of the biggest, if not... we might find out. Carnarvon Town's Oval. I'm assuming we're going for the Oval. Obviously currently playing in Llandudno at the Go Goodwin Stadium to Jenner Park.
Yeah.
Is it the centre of the pitch? Because the centre of the pitch to the entrance is a long way because it's got that bloody running track.
It's got to be from the car park outside Jenner Park to the... Oh, sorry,
it's
we're joking.
3 miles, isn't it?
It was a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Can we think of them and then say them? Because you're saying before I finish thinking.
Yeah, so I'm trying to fill the gaps while thinking.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair.
Because I don't want to just be silence while you're thinking. You talk. So Barry to Carnarvon, obviously coast to coast. Barry Island, great coastal town. Carnarvon, different type of coastal town. Doesn't have like the beach and stuff, but you're on the Menai Strait.
I've got my.
Yeah, you got your answer. Okay, great. I think me talking really boring about logistics is going to help rush your answer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to keep the listeners listening.
204 miles.
260.
Ooh.
I may have way over egged that, but I just thought it was going to be ages.
No way.
178.
Wow. Point goes to me then.
What did you say?
204. You said 260.
No, 160 he said.
No, you didn't. You said 260.
I said 160.
Rewind the bloody tape.
VAR. I said 260.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, you did. So it was 178, Charlie, was it? Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like that.
It does feel. Yeah, it feels like 400 to be fair. So 2-1.
2-1 to March.
2-1. No, that's German and Welsh. 2-1. 2-1. Right, last one. No, I could win it with this one.
Yeah,
I could win it with this one. Come on then, Charlie. So Nestle. Ooh, it's a short one. Stevenheath Park to the old road. I think currently goes by the Renewable Centre Stadium to give it its official sponsored name. A road less travelled for me. Obviously, I've been to Britain Ferry a few times. Leslie is...
They're both a bit off the beaten track. I mean, Leslie, you have to go off the M4.
I mean, everywhere in Leslie's way off the M4. You think when you get to Leslie, I'm in Leslie, and then my word is...
Takes ages to get down there.
Roundabout.
There's not that many roundabouts. West is best. Don't you forget.
Okay, I think I'm locked in my head.
Yeah, me too.
27 miles.
42 miles.
That's fucking way too far, isn't it? 19
Is it
miles.
that close?
Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say winner, winner. 3-1. Victory lap. Yeah, let's go for a 4-1. Hammering. Ruben hammering. Rest in peace, young man. Come on, Charlie. Corner to corner. Diag. And leaving the country. Ooh, I think we're going Oswald Street to Haverfordwest, aren't we? So we're going to...
Hang on. He's guessed the 2 towns.
Yeah.
You've chosen Oswald Street and Haverfordwest.
Yeah.
How did you get that?
Because I'm a logistics lunatic.
Is that genuinely the 2 towns?
We're going from
That's wrong,
TNS's
you.
Park Hall in Oswald Street, Croeser West, to Haverfordwest, Hurffordd, and their lovely ground,
Hurffordd.
Oggy Bridge Meadow.
I've scored there.
Have you?
Yeah, scored 2.
Nice boy.
Big towering header, bosh. And then a 1-on-1.
Nice boy. Never in doubt.
Under 14s Tenby. We won 4-2. Yeah, okay, so
I mean,
TNS to Bridge Meadow.
it's a big one. I still don't really know what route you'd go. I guess would you just cut through Wales? Would you get over?
Probably go
like, would you go like through Llandyfri? God, lovely place into like your mid Wales, or would you go like right across to like Cardiff and then A470?
No.
You wouldn't do that, would you? God no. Or would you go up
That'd
to
be
like
insane.
Aberystwyth and then
If
cut
you're going
through?
down to Cardiff, you'll take the M4 but I think
Because there's that lovely road that me and you drove that day, Charlie, from Aber to like Bala. We did that Aber to TNS route. Would you go Haverfordwest up the coast and then across, or would you cut in? Ooh, I'm intrigued on that.
Haverfordwest isn't really on the coast. It's quite inland.
No, I know, but Pembrokeshire brackets general, isn't it? It's the longest coastline of any UK county, Greg.
Yeah, but you're not always on the coast just because it's got a long
No, I
coastline.
know, but you're in Pembrokeshire and it's basically the
Sick of
coast.
people just misunderstanding Pembrokeshire culture.
Or being English.
Oh.
Right, I think I've got a figure in my head.
I haven't even been thinking about it. Yeah, go on then. I've got one as well.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first? Because
Yeah, go on.
you keep going first. 52? Too little.
What?
John keeps looking at me every time I say, I
52
don't know my
miles.
distances.
Can we get it? Can we just 52 miles between Haverfordwest and Croesford-Wallt?
Is that too much?
Fucking way too little.
Too little.
It's the whole country, Greg.
Okay,
I'm
what have
going to
you
go
got?
like 183 miles. I think that might
The
be
country's not that wide, though.
What we got?
141.
Oh, it's
you.
quite wide.
Thank you. What route is Google
Oswald
telling
Street
you?
isn't in Wales. I call that one...
Yeah, well, look, TNS are the champions of Wales. As much as I'd love that it wasn't the case, but they are. So, it's a Welsh football ground.
That doesn't change borders.
Via Carmarthen, Llandilo, and then you cut that through Wales, up to Newtown,
I thought it might have been that route.
and then through Welshpool then.
And we'd have to stop at Welshpool to go to the McDonald's and the Morrison's Daily there. And lovely stop there. Lovely stop.
Really good services.
Yeah, great services. Well, that was a lovely game. Thanks, Jordan.
I didn't enjoy it. But thanks, Jordan. Keep sending them in.
Yeah, 4-1 win on the first one. Notch it up.
Not ideal.
1-0 Ryan in the great Jordan James mini-game series.
Yes. Before we move on, I want to... Oh, is it a time for a break?
It is the time for a break, but do you want to...
On this note, so as we all know, we've just had Christmas.
I'm so nervous about this.
And Ryan March, do you mind if I say this on the podcast?
You're going to have to now, aren't you?
Ryan was feeling a bit sad that he didn't get enough Christmas presents. Is that...
No. My mum will be listening. She'll lose her mind about
Oh, yeah,
this.
sorry. His mum got him toilet roll. And that was very thoughtful.
But
There's
I
absolutely
didn't
no
ask for
issue with
anything.
that.
I wasn't expecting anything. I didn't ask for anything. And I got a year's worth of toilet roll. And that's nice.
However, I thought I'd get him a nice little gift for Christmas.
He's been up to something in the office all day. And I've had to look away from his screen at times. And I don't like it.
I didn't have time to wrap it, so I used one of the envelopes that we used for the magazine that was on the shelf.
You can get it at alternativewales.com/shop. And you will receive it in one of these
/shop.
envelopes. Shop.
Nadolig Llawen, big boy.
Right.
Nadolig Clarins, as Pam from Gavin and Stacey would say.
Right, I'm nervous.
He's unwrapping
you
it.
reuse one of the frames?
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Oh, my word. Well, that's something, isn't it?
Show the camera.
It's me with my cat, mocked up as some sort of communist revolutionary.
You're a dictator.
I'm a dictator.
Chairman March.
Chairman
It's Chairman March.
That is incredible. I think that's the best present I've ever received, Greg. I might cry.
Yeah, go on, mate. If you could, that'd be good. We might win an award.
Where's that photo from?
It was
AI.
It was
obviously,
AI.
isn't it? Yeah.
And I don't like admitting that Billy's going to be listening. He's going to go, fucking hell, he uses AI all the
Yeah,
time.
Greg loves AI.
I don't love AI, but for silly things like this...
The
it's
town
either-
of Tenby will have no water because of it.
Oh, we'll have water, mate. We got loads of it.
Yeah, you can't use seawater for it, mate, can you? Well, there we are.
He's got me there.
Me and Larry /Ralph /Chairman Meow. Chairman March and Chairman Meow.
Chairman Meow. Yeah.
Well, that's something.
so-
That's gonna go pride of place in my life.
I think we should go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we, let's get it.
Nice and central.
Yeah.
Just to remind everyone who's in charge.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go. Greg, Alternative Wales Social Club.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing. It's there. It's ready. It's alive.
Yes.
What is it though?
Oh. Now you're asking. Okay, it's a vibe.
It's a scene.
It's a concept.
Yeah.
It's a feeling.
But you can also sign up at
You can sign up.
patreon.com/Alternative Wales, where you will get
Yeah.
free events,
Yep.
free magazines, exclusive content, extended podcasts, ad-free podcasts. We got some long reads come in. We've got merchandise and discounts on merchandise come in. You get a pin badge.
Get a membership card.
You get a membership card, which if you've already signed up, you will be getting shortly. The old production time around Christmas obviously killed us a little bit with that. But, it's coming. And we've got some great events lined up. I don't want to say too much, But my word, it's going to be nice to get out for an hour.
Well, can we say what it is? We're going to announce it tomorrow anyway. We might as well plug that.
I was going to announce it later in the week, probably.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Yeah,
all right.
because we need to be good at not putting all our socials all on one day.
That's a problem.
It's a problem. We get excited where we just announce like 4 things on one day, and they all get lost, and everything suffers.
Yeah, that's a good.
So,
point. That's a good point. Charlie nodding.
Yeah,
He messaged us saying the socials are a shambles.
Head of visuals and head of scheduling.
Yeah, head of scheduling. Well, what are his other roles? He's shaking his head, but he is those things.
Head of killing the vibe.
Head of killing the vibe. Head of negativity.
Yeah.
Head of yapping. That's for
Big
sure.
head. Full stop.
Head of flapping.
Head of flapping. Anything else?
Charlie anymore? Head of being ill.
Yeah. Well, if you sign up to the social club, you can send a boost towards Charlie.
Yeah, that's fine.
In the membership chat that we've got.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
that's true. We've got a membership. We've got a WhatsApp community you can be a part of, and
or not. You don't have to.
You don't have to be, but it's a nice place where we can all talk about Welsh football and other things, and abuse Charlie. That's probably my favourite pastime.
Yes. Yeah. Right. If that hasn't done it, then the rest of the podcast is going to have to do it. We got a big question to answer, Greg.
Yep.
Which is going to be like the second part of the podcast, which is something that we were going to discuss, and we asked our WhatsApp community on the Alternative Wales Social Club to give us a question. And of course, the first man to pop up was the podfather, Alan March. I promise there's more people than just my dad in there. That would be insane, wouldn't it? And problematic.
Yep.
But he asked a big question. What is that big question? Have you got it to hand, or am I going to have to find it?
The big question is, off the top of my head, the last 10 years of Welsh football have been probably the best 10 years of Welsh football ever.
Obviously, this year will mark 10 years since Euro 2016, the greatest summer of our lives.
Yeah. So we've obviously had 3 major tournaments, including a first World Cup since 1958.
Yeah. Women have qualified for a tournament.
Qualified for first ever major tournament.
We've seen Cardiff in the Premier League, Swansea in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Wrexham are back in the Football League.
Well, Swansea won a major trophy.
Was that was before 2016. Yeah. Still. Newport's have sustained being in the Football League, which is still probably punching above their weight, although maybe I'll get some abuse off Newport fans for that. Obviously, Merthyr got promoted and are thriving. Yeah. Obviously, the Cymru Premier is having its moment with the crowds and stuff. And so, 10 years has been big change. If we were doing this podcast 10 years ago, I think we'd be talking, it's a very different...
Oh, God, yeah.
What's the word?
Landscape.
The Welsh football landscape is very different between 2016 and now.
Yeah.
A lot has happened.
Massively. I don't think we'd probably be sat here doing this.
We wouldn't.
If the last 10 years hadn't happened.
No, because we're glory hunters.
Yeah, I would be supporting...
rugby.
Well...
In fact, what a 10 years for rugby.
What a 10 years for rugby.
Yeah, less said about them, the better. But yeah, the question was that, what... With that in mind, what are the next 10 years of Welsh football going to be like? When we're sat here in 2036 and we're part AI, part robot, one of us could be dead.
Part AI, part robot.
No
part human.
No human, yeah.
Or whatsoever.
Yeah, one of us could be dead. Should reiterate that.
That's,
horrible thoughts.
Yeah.
But when we can't dwell on, otherwise we'll never do anything.
No, we shouldn't dwell on that.
No, but what could Welsh football look like? What do you think, Greg? Obviously,
it's a big question.
We've got some big stuff lined up. We've got a home Euros in 2 years. Obviously, the World Cup's going to be played on Mars probably in 2036. Is it a World Cup year? No, it's be a Euros year, 2036. So, yeah, what do you think?
That's an unbelievable question. You're basically asking me to tell the future. The next 10 years of Welsh football.
What would you like to happen?
What would I like to happen?
I think rather than what you think will happen, what would you like to see happen realistically?
What I would like to see happen is, we'll start with club level. I would like to see a Welsh club kind of get a bit of stability in the Premier League. Having I know that Swansea had a decent run, but ultimately ended up back in the Championship. It would be nice to see a Welsh club holding their own at the top level. Who do you think's
probably at the moment? Do you think it could be Wrexham?
They seem the most like. I think they've got the highest ceiling financially.
Yeah, financially, definitely. Yeah.
So I think in terms of that, from a Cardiff perspective, I mean, I think as long as Vincent Tan's there, I think that it'll be hard.
Yeah, the decision making
now. Yeah. But again, you never know. He was in charge last time Cardiff got the Premier League, so you can't rule that out. And then Swansea are sort of, we can't analyse all the clubs, but that would just be something nice that I would like to see.
Or at least maybe 2 of them.
Yeah.
That'd be really, really good. 2 or 3. Imagine all 3 of them in the Premier League playing each other consistently.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah. It would. So I think that would be a nice to have. I think the Cymru Premier in 10 years' time, you would hope, would have massively increased.
Fully professional league, potentially?
Fully professional league and improved
or at least the
crowds.
majority of teams being professional.
Yeah.
Improved crowds, sort of still, feed, maybe even like young players starting their career there and going on and playing for the national team.
Yeah. And it would be nice if...
Successful in Europe, get to group stages more regularly.
Yeah. And it would be nice if all the Cymru Prem sides had a decent like core fan base, because I think it does vary quite a lot. Yeah, you have some clubs like Penabont or Barry or whoever who have Colwyn Bay, Carnarvon. Yeah, they all have consistently good crowds, and then you have clubs at the other end of the spectrum who might not get the same. So it would be nice for it to feel like every game there's that presence there. I think that would be a good aim. How they get there, I don't know. I'm not going to ask, but that would be a nice one.
I agree. I think like just having that thriving club scene in Wales. In the English system, and Merthyr obviously are doing huge things. Could they potentially become a football league club?
Yeah.
It's 10 years is a long time in football. That could happen. Obviously, I'd like to make sure Newport are going to struggle to stay up. They'll have a good go at this year, but I hope they bounce back and it doesn't negatively affect them in the long run. Having 5 football league clubs with a few of them playing in the Premier League would be fantastic, because obviously then you got players and academies being funded properly in Wales and allowing players to reach the national team. And then obviously like a thriving domestic game as well would be fantastic. Obviously then internationally, I think, we've just got to keep qualifying for tournaments, men's and women. Obviously I think it really interesting with the women's game. Obviously the men have got the Euro 28. I think the Women's World Cup will be, I think we're the only bid for obviously there's a home nations bid. I hate the term home nations, but excuse me on this one. I think it's 2035 the World Cup bid is, I believe, which will be probably Cardiff and Wrexham. I think we'll have games, so that'll be fantastic. Guaranteed World Cup. Hopefully before then we're qualifying, off our own back for a Women's World Cup. And then with the men, obviously it's just, can we get 3 of the next 4 major tournaments? I think 3 and 4 is a pretty big result, isn't it? Obviously some questionable tournaments coming up. Obviously we got the Euros in 28, and then you've got the bizarre World Cup in Spain, Portugal, Morocco, but 3 of the games are being played in Uruguay, Argentina and Chile, I think. And then you've got the lovely Saudi Arabia hosting in 2034. If it isn't too hot by then, if the world sort of not to get onto that side of things.
Cardiff will be underwater by then.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So here's a question now. Obviously, the long thinking. There's players in this current Wales team that will still be playing for us in 10 years' time.
Yeah,
obviously a lot of young players. Who will be captain in 10 years' time, and why is it Dylan Lawler?
How will
I think Ampadu could still.
I was going to say, how old would Ampadu be? 32?
Is he 23 now? Ampadu. Charlie's going to check it for us.
I think.
He'd be on about 500 caps by then.
Yeah, it seems like he's been around.
He's 25. Also, realistic. I think he could still be playing. 35.
It's a tricky
Modern
one.
medicine,
AI. A lot of players.
Robotics.
You never know. A lot of players go quite old now. Yeah, like into their mid to late 30s. A lot of them don't. Obviously, we've been unlucky in that regard. That Bale and Ramsey, 2 that couldn't last longer than like 33, 34. Obviously, I know that Ramsey is still playing, but he's struggling with his injuries and stuff.
Yeah. He hasn't got a club at the moment.
He hasn't even got a club at the moment. Yeah. So, but whereas someone like Ampadu, maybe doesn't rely on. He hasn't had that many injuries. Really.
No, he had a few back issues in his early days.
Yeah, but he is one of those who's been playing top level football since he was 16. Yeah. And I think there is a trend of players who, if they play too much football at a young age like that, they can then
burn out a bit early. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. He doesn't rely on his pace as much as other players might, so that could play.
Yeah, that's sort of like, do a bit of a Modric.
Yeah, exactly.
Sort of just slow down on the legs, but you'll never lose that sort of.
Yeah. And
you don't lose your bonds.
Footballer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think Dylan Lawler is genuinely a good shout because it's early days for him yet, but we'll see how he gets on.
You can tell he's just got leader potential, isn't he? Yeah, like the way he operates on the pitch is. And I think he's 19, so he won't even be 30 by the time 2036 comes around. So I think I got high hopes for him.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's loads. Will Charlie Crew kick on and be as good as people think he is? Jordan James probably still be knocking around then. I think he's in his early 20s as well. Yeah. It'll be quite interesting to see what that Wales team looks like and who where maybe we look back on this pod in 10 years' time and go, what were we on about?
Yeah, because it'll be completely
Yeah,
different.
because there's sometimes those like, there's people dig up like, what will the England team look like in 10 years' time? There's
yeah.
always like, the tabloids will do it, and they're always like way off.
Yeah.
So maybe we should put together a Wales 11 in 10 years' time.
That's a good idea.
At some point, and see how bad
so
it
people
is.
can be like, what are they on about? They are absolutely no clue.
Imagine we got it bang on.
Imagine if we're still doing this in 10 years.
Yeah. To be fair, there'll be players who exist in 10 years' time
Yeah.
that we have no idea who they are now, obviously.
Yeah.
Because they could be like 10 years old at this point.
Yeah.
And
then they'll be 20 in 10 years.
Yeah. Dylan Lawler was 9 in Euro 2016.
That is
Isn't that
mental.
crazy to me? Like, we had no idea. I had no idea who he was.
No.
So, it makes you think.
It does, yeah.
Age, man. It's crazy, isn't
Crazy.
it? Time is mad.
Time passes.
Time is mad. Right, to finish off the pod then, Greg, I've got to, obviously, we can't go tops off all the time.
Why not?
Because I think there's a time and a place.
I disagree.
Do you tops off in the house regularly?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
That's man on. I'm always tops off.
Oh, interesting.
No, I
Makes
do
you
agree. I don't actually agree. Why are you doing this to me?
I need to clip your wings a little bit. We can't go tops off all the time.
Fine.
And I think that, like, there's a time and a place for tops off, and that is usually when we have guests.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, I agree. With that.
But we talk a lot in the office because, we've got to fill the silence somehow as we work together. And
We need to keep the darkness at bay.
We need to keep the darkness at bay. God, we need to keep the darkness at bay. But yeah, I'm a big music head.
Yes.
I've always been a music head. I used to play in bands. I like my music. I like my sort of indie alternative stuff. Maybe stuff that maybe wouldn't be as known as others. And you're a top 40 guy, aren't you?
Is pretentious a word too
Yeah,
harsh to use for your taste in music?
I wouldn't say I'm too pretentious because I don't like too much sort of like avant-garde sort of left field stuff. I like stuff with melody.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be diving into the top 40 or anytime soon.
Yeah. Your nose is thoroughly upturned when every time that Chelsea Dagger by the Fratellis comes up.
Yeah.
You're just like, that is so lame.
Yeah.
Why is that on this playlist? But I love it, and I think there's a place for it. And there's lots of people who'll be listening who'll be thinking,
And that's fine.
that is an ultimate
Music
tops-off
is a
anthem.
broad church.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be tops off all the time.
No, and I do agree with you that my music, I'm not a top 40 guy out and out.
I
I
know
do
you're
listen
not a
to
top-
things that sometimes aren't mainstream.
While we were moving office the other day into our office, which you can see here, and Greg had a playlist on that went from a couple of Chapel Roan numbers, which again I like Chapel Roan.
Can't go wrong with
I'm
it.
a sucker for melody.
Yeah.
Into some really questionable country music.
The country was good, and country's massive.
I don't like country music.
We went to watch Cardiff the other day, and could you hear what? There was like a live singer on the concourse.
Was it?
Singing Something in the Orange by Zach Bryan.
Well, there we are.
Zach Bryant?
Brian.
Zach Bryan. Yeah, it is Zach Bryan. Yeah,
Yeah.
by Zach Bryan. And I thought, that's
something, isn't
that's
it?
something to behold.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think what was my point? That country music is fine.
Yeah, and it's okay to like whatever you want, is what I'm saying. I just don't like country.
Yeah, fair enough.
But you were saying to me that you need to listen to more new music, more widen your horizons.
I do.
And this is going to be my way of educating you a little bit.
Yeah. What are we going to call this feature?
I don't know. The Alternative Wales soundtrack. That's sort of what we've broadly called Ryan's Music Box.
That was a placeholder.
That's a terrible
It's
name.
a terrible name.
Everything doesn't need a thing. We'll figure it out at some point. Let it come naturally.
Ryan March's melodies.
Ryan recommends.
Ryan recommends.
There we go for now.
Ryan March's really good music
Recommendations.
recommendation.
But I'm gonna kick off with a new Met DP. Now,
Okay.
I know you're a Welsh learner.
Mm-hmm.
You're essentially fluent in Welsh. I would go as far as to say. You can have a conversation with pretty much anyone in Welsh. And that's something to be proud of, Greg.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't, it's true.
Yeah. Okay.
You're an inspiration.
I can speak. Thanks.
And I'm going to say it now on the podcast, live, that I will improve my Welsh to a point where I can have decent conversations by the end of the year.
Wowzers! Wow. Down T.
There we go. Down indeed. I won't be able to do a podcast in Welsh yet, though, my word.
Maybe we can do a little 5 minutes.
Yeah, maybe.
When you're a bit further down the line.
Yeah, definitely. But Met, probably my favourite Welsh language band. Their first album is fantastic. So I do recommend that if you've not heard it. Rebel, Shambexo and I can't remember the name of it now. The last song on the album
Was
fantastic.
Met, was that the band that had the first ever 1 million?
No, that was
Who was that?
That was Alpha.
Ah, yeah. I do enjoy my Welsh language music. I've fallen off it a bit, but there was a point where I was listening to quite a lot of it.
Yeah, although I say this now, Meth have just put an EP out in English. So
right. So
all
this
of
is
that
an
conversation was redundant.
Ah.
But it's an English language EP, and I mean, what I loved about Meth is they're just like this sort of. They have these wonderful melodies, and they remind me of the music I really like. I know they're big Replacements fans. They're like sort of like Clash adjacent, that Big Star, all this like really like good sort of like college radio stuff from the 80s, REM almost in a little way. Maybe not the more sort of mainstream crossover hits that REM had, but you know what I mean. And the new EP is just fantastic. So I think go and listen to that. I believe it's called Big Bird. I don't know if that's the lead single or if that's the name of the EP, but there's 4 tracks: Big Bird, Hey Kid, Weatherman, and Dig. All fantastic songs.
I'll give them a listen.
Give it a listen, and you can report back to me next week.
Sounds
Bit of
good to
homework
me.
for you.
Sounds good.
White Cat Trev.
I am.
Thank you.
You've got more Welsh than you think.
I'm a vocab man.
Joe, I was talking to my mum about this on the phone earlier because she was saying, because we were saying earlier that I'm starting to learn German.
Yeah.
And I should put that out there as well because that'll make me do it.
Yeah, so
It's like I've tried learning.
should we do a
couple times.
podcast where you speak German and I reply in Welsh?
Yeah, and see how far we get. No, but I was talking to my mum about it and I was saying I'm learning German, and then she said that she wants to try and learn a little bit of Welsh this year. And we were saying, and she was like, I learned it in school, but not really to a good level. Obviously, especially going to school in South Pembrokeshire where not much Welsh is spoken.
Yeah.
In her day, they didn't give it any sort of, that it just wasn't taken seriously in school. But she was like, I think I've got a bit more than I give myself credit for. And then she was like, is door drws? And I was like, yes, it is.
Well, there we are.
And then she gave me a few ones, and I was just like, oh, do you know what? Fair play. You actually have got a lot more than you think.
Yeah.
And I think that's the case for a lot of people in
Yeah.
Wales. So I think that I definitely found that when I started learning, I was like, it actually, once I kind of got through the initial shyness of speaking a second language and having to own
Most
making
people don't care
mistakes.
either if
Most
you're
people don't
making
care.
mistakes.
If you make
Yeah.
yourself understood, people will be polite enough to
Oh, I
not laugh
speak
at
to
you.
loads of people I don't understand in English.
Yeah,
They'll say
exactly.
something. I mean, Charlie's one of them.
Charlie, yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie's the only man I can't double speed on WhatsApp voice notes because I
Yeah.
can't understand a word he's saying. I have to slow it down.
Yeah, you've got a lovely clipper cat.
Clipper cat. He's got a lovely clipper cat. That's an in joke.
Yeah.
Charlie had a clipper cut on his beard and he called it a clipper cat.
Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, learn Welsh.
Learn
is what
Welsh.
I'm saying.
yeah,
And if you
listen to Meth's new EP.
yes, yeah. And if you grew up in Wales, you'll have more Welsh in your head than you think. Seriously. Give it a go.
Exactly. And to finish off, not to sort of put a dampener on it, but I want to sort of be serious for a minute. Our friend Evan lost his mother this weekend, which is really, really sad news. Eleanor was a fantastic woman, a Wales Away veteran. Would go everywhere in Wales, with Evan and her partner Gaz. Great woman, really sad news. Obviously, she was unwell for a long time. But I think Evan said something to me when he told me that really sort of stuck with me, and I thought was worth sort of talking about on the podcast, because I think Welsh football is special in a way that it gives us basically these experiences in life that a lot of people will search for. And experiences is in literal experiences, go into different countries, go into these matches, but also like the people you meet in the community and stuff. So Evan said to me, Evan's mother, she was ill for a very long time. And over the last few years, she couldn't get travel insurance because it was too expensive to insure. But she still went on her Wales Away trips because she was like, well, she knew she was going to die. And she was like, well, I'm just going to go and have fun and do the thing I love with the people I love. So she me and Charlie had a drink with her in Turkey before the game in Kayseri. And then I saw her in Kazakhstan when we were waiting for the buses, and she'd done the 16-hour train from Almaty to Astana the day before, and that was in September. I was just like, what? You're mad. But she loved it. And I just think that, like, it just made me think for a second. I was like, how lucky we are that I think people search their whole life to try and find a community and belonging in something and people. And I think it just made me think that we've got that and we should be very lucky, because she was very lucky and she was really proud and pleased to have that. And Evan's found peace in the fact that, like he said to me, he said, you know, we only have one go on this earth, and she made the absolute most of it. And I think that's just something to live by, really, isn't it? So God bless Welsh football.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week. If you're on Patreon, you can hear a bit more of us chatting. Probably absolute rubbish in a second.